Hello student friends, welcome in Alka's Botany channel. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Today we are going to learn prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells in detail. Considering presence or absence of true nucleus, the cells were classified into two primary kingdoms, prokaryote and eukaryotes. Prokaryote cells without true or well organized nucleus and eukaryote cells with true nucleus. Prokaryotic cells shows bacteria and blue-green alga are the best examples, and eukaryotic cells are present in all plants and animals. All living organisms are made up of cells, and these cells may be of prokaryotic type or eukaryotic type. The division between prokaryotes and eukaryotes are firmly established by the microbiologist Roger Steiner and C.B. von Nile in their paper The Concept of a Bacterium in 1962. One reason for this classification was so that organism which was called blue-green algae would not be classified as plants but grouped with bacteria. These are the prokaryotes and eukaryotic cell. In general, microbes or microorganisms may be either prokaryotic, that is a bacteria, or eukaryotic, fungi and some animals, and all plants considered in the eukaryotic type. These are some traits of prokaryotes or characteristics of prokaryotes. Prokaryotic cell is structurally very simple and it is less complicated than eukaryotes. Nucleus is of primitive type. They do not have well-defined nucleus and their genetic material is not stored in the nucleus, but it is scattered within the cell. They have few cell organelles only and not many like eukaryotes. Most are unicellular organisms of prokaryotes and only some are multicellular organisms with prokaryotes. All bacteria are prokaryotes. This is a structure of prokaryotes. It looks like a capsule. It has a cell wall and plasma membrane within that cell wall. DNA is of nucleoid type or it is called as a plasmid DNA. There are meiosomes are present and 70S ribosomes are also present in prokaryotes. This is a bacterial cell, that's why it shows flagella. It is considered as prokaryotic cell is the first cell type on earth and cell type of bacteria and also archaea type. A prokaryote is a unicellular organism that lacks a membrane-bound nucleus, mitochondria or any other membrane-bound organelles. The term has its origin from Greek. Pro means before or false and karyon means nucleus. The first living organisms are thought to have been prokaryotes. In prokaryotes, all the intercellular water-soluble components are located together in the cytoplasm enclosed by the cell membrane. This is a structure of eukaryotes in which we can easily see a true nucleus because nuclear material is bounded by a specific nuclear membrane, and because of presence of nuclear membrane, well defined or well organized nucleus we can see easily. In the nucleus there are nucleolus. The number of nucleolus may be one or more. In eukaryotic cell, cell wall is made up of cellulose. Inside that cell wall there is a plasma membrane or unit membrane, and in the endomembrane system there are Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, mitochondria, vacuole, chloroplast, peroxisome, glyoxysome, and all that cell organelles are enclosed within the endomembrane system of eukaryotic cell. Eukaryotes are organisms. Those cells have a nucleus enclosed with membranes. Their name comes from the Greek word eu. Eu means true or well organized and karyon means nucleus. Eukaryotic cells also contain other membrane-bound cell organelles such as mitochondria and the Golgi apparatus, and in addition some cells of plants and alga contains chloroplasts. These are the traits of eukaryotes or characteristics of eukaryotes. They have a nucleus where the genetic material of a cell is stored well. They have many organelles that work together to help the cell function. Eukaryotic cells are much more complex than prokaryotic cells. They can be just one cell or can make up more complex multicellular organisms. All plants, animals, fungi, and protists are eukaryotic cells except blue-green algae. This is a representative plant cell in which cell wall is made up of cellulose. Inside that there is a plasma membrane, and there are so many cell organelles are enclosed in the endomembrane system. Nucleus is well defined, well organized with nuclear pore. With nucleolus, there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Free ribosomes, polysomes are also present. Golgi complex, vacuole, mitochondria, chloroplast, these are well organized within the plant cell. This is a comparison between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell along with the characters are illustrated in this table. First, the examples. Bacterial cell and blue-green algal cells are the best examples of prokaryotes, whereas cells in all plants and animals like algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophytes, angiosperms and gymnosperms are considered as a eukaryotic type. Cell size ranges from 1 mu microns to 2 mu microns in the width and 1 mu microns to 4 mu microns in the height or length. These are very smaller organisms. In the cell size, eukaryotic cells are greater than 5 mu microns in width and diameter, relatively very large cells. Cell wall is made up of non-cellulosic and contains muramic acid and peptidoglycans in prokaryotes, whereas in eukaryotes, cell wall is made up of cellulose and present only in the plant cells. Animal cells is not cellulosic. Next one character is of cytoplasm, in which prokaryotic cell shows without endomembrane system cytoplasm, without membrane-bound cell organelles, then there is no cytoplasmic streaming and no vacuoles. Whereas in eukaryotic cell, cytoplasm with endomembrane system and many membrane-bound cell organelles are present. Cytoplasm shows streaming, movements and vacuoles are present. Then the next one important character is of cell organelles in cytoplasm. Chloroplast, mitochondria, Golgi complex, endoplasmic reticulum, all these cell organelles are absent in prokaryotes, whereas chloroplasts are present only in plant cells of eukaryotes. Then mitochondria are very large in number in plants as well as in animals. Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum are present in all the organisms which are having eukaryotic cells. Ribosomes, in which prokaryotic cell shows 70S ribosomes only in the form of polysomes and in the region surrounding nucleoid or DNA. Whereas in eukaryotic cells, 80S ribosomes are present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum in the free form in cytoplasm, in polysomes, and as well as mitochondria and chloroplastids show 70S type of ribosomes which are present in the organisms having eukaryotic cell. Cytoskeleton is absent in prokaryotes, whereas it is present in the eukaryotic cell. This is all about the nucleus. Nature of nucleus is not well organized and true nucleus is absent, whereas it is called nucleoid in prokaryotic cell. Always it shows haploid type. In eukaryotic type, there is a well organized true nucleus, either diploid or haploid. In the form of distinct organelles it is present. Nuclear envelope is absent in prokaryotes, whereas it is a distinct nuclear envelope with nuclear pores present in the eukaryotic type. Nucleolus is totally absent in prokaryotes, whereas nucleolus one or more present in the eukaryotic type. Genetic material in prokaryotes in the form of circular DNA and plasmid DNA. In eukaryotic cell, genetic material is in the form of distinct chromosome consisting of DNA with protein coat. In prokaryotic cell, no true chromosomes, only DNA without proteins, that is a single DNA is present as a chromosome structure and number. And in eukaryotic cell, more than one true chromosomes in the form of single set, that is haploid, or double set, that is diploid, are present. Extranuclear DNA is present in the form of plasmid DNA in the prokaryotic cell, whereas in eukaryotic cell, mitochondria and chloroplastids, these are cell organelles in which extranuclear DNA is present. Nuclear proteins are totally absent in prokaryotic cell, whereas it is present in the form of histones in eukaryotes. Prokaryotic cell shows nuclear division only by fission, whereas eukaryotic cell shows two types of nuclear division, that is mitosis and meiosis. Endocytosis, exocytosis, like that mechanism are totally absent in prokaryotes, whereas it is present and it is done by the Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum having eukaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, cell membrane is a function as a site of oxidative phosphorylation, that is a respiration process, whereas in eukaryotic cell, a large number of mitochondria which are doing the function of site of oxidative phosphorylation as well as respiration. The sensitivity to penicillin and streptomycin like antibiotics is present different among different organisms of prokaryotic cell, whereas it is totally absent in eukaryotic cells. Thank you very much for observing my video.